Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of Sports Weekly, your one-stop shop for all things sports across the world of sports in general. My name remains Emmanuel Odufejo, and in the studio with me today is Mr. Joachim Idada.
My pleasure, Emmanuel.
Glad to have you on the show.
Sure.
All right, it's been exciting times, across the world, talking sports, from the London Athletics event to football, the beautiful game, the round letter game. It's back on our screens. EPL is back. Exciting opening matches. Of course, MPFL is it's coming in hot and fast, as the week progresses. I think about 4 weeks to go to the ultimate prize, who will take the coveted crown in the MPFL. There have been matches also in France. We know that the world record transfer guy, Neymar, he's already played his first match and he got a goal and an assist. We'll talk all of that and more, in this show today. So this is Sports Weekly. Please turn up the volume and enjoy the show. And the show is not just about us right here. It's also about you. So we would like for you to please join the conversation on social media. Our handles will fly across your screen right now. Please, let's get your feedback, let's get your comments and any contribution you would like to drop in for us, and we'll be glad to share them on the show. All right, Mr. Joachim, let's start from table tennis. And the whole of last week, we started the ITTF Challenge Lagos Open, and I think it's been very fantastic. I would like to get your general comments as regards the event.
As for me, my takeaway points are mostly positive.
Okay.
So let's dwell on the positive side.
That's a new one.
So first, the positive side is for once we have proven that we can deliver, especially when it comes to sports. And we were able to put together a world-class event.
Fantastic.
We also...
And that's giving kudos to the Lagos State Sports Commission,
the
right?
Lagos State Sports Commission, the LOC, the local organizing committee of the ITTF Sea Masters Challenge. That's Mr. Ontoshodi. He did pretty well. Shows great competence in putting that kind of event together. And even the whole environment, the fans. I keep on telling people that any event you organize and there are no fans, you are just entertaining yourself. Yeah. It's a recreation. And that thing he was able to bring in is he brought in television. Television was there. The event was streamed live on the ITTF site. That was commendable. We know that there was a network, one of the big networks in Nigeria came in the last 2 days to show the semi-finals and the finals live on television. That's a good point. We also, ASEN TV was also there. They created a fan experience center where the fans who came had the opportunity to really express themselves, so that it would have not been an event just for the tennis players there. So everybody, the crowd was a different thing. The spectators were different kettles of fish. They really added value, and those are some of the things. And I think if we continue at this pace, very soon we will be delivering mightily when it comes to table tennis. But the downside of it is the failure for us. None of our players crossed the semi-finals. And it tells us that we have so much to do, especially when it comes to sports. It shows that we lack so much technically, even in the area of preparation, in the layer. So we need to do our homework well. So before we invite foreigners to Nigeria, we should make sure we have groomed our own players well, to the point that we are not saying that we must win. But what we are saying, or what I believe, is that we must give a good account of ourselves.
That's what
we should, even if Umar Assad won the event, it would have been better if Umar Assad, Arna Quadri, or Bodia Abiodun was the one playing the finals. It would have been better. But at the end, that is why the Lagos fans are unique. That even though no Nigerian was playing the finals, either in the female category or in the male category. They all came and enjoyed themselves. And I think I now agree with Umar Assad when he said Lagos is home to him when it comes to tennis. Fantastic. So that's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, well so let's tell you that the Egyptian lady, maybe the Egyptian maestro right now, Dina Meshrev, defeated Russia's Olga Kulikova in straight games, 11-4, 16-14, 12-10, 11-6, to win the women's singles. And by doing that, she becomes the second African player to win an ITTF World Tour, ITTF Challenge Series. And I think that's congratulations basically to the Egyptian Dina Meshrev. Omar Asa also from Egypt, also defeated India's Satak Gandhi in the final, 11-6, 13-11, 11-6, 11-8 to win the men's single title for the third time. Remember that Omar Asa won in 2014, 2015. He was absent in 2016, and then he's back in 2017 to still win. So that's third straight wins for Omar Asa. So it looks like whether in the male or female category, the Egyptians are just the best
they did
in table tennis.
In Africa.
Yeah.
I remember in the days of Atonda Musa and the female player, her name I just skipped my mind. There was once that Nigeria was rated dominating table tennis, but we went to sleep.
Exactly.
And in the process, Africa came and passed us by.
All right, we're going to go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll talk basketball and squash. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. This is Sports Weekly, your one-stop shop for all things sports. Moving on, we've talked athletics, we've talked table tennis. Now let's talk basketball, and permit me to say that it doesn't get any better. I mean, it's just all old tales, like they would say. So in basketball, we do know that the Tigers of Nigeria, of course, preparing for the 2017 Women's Afro-Basket, that will be taking place in Mali. And of course, they've been, trying to prepare for that one. And they played 2 friendly matches, and they've lost both of those friendly matches. What does this say, about the preparation?
People do not understand that it's just like a pot of soup. You can't put water on the fire and claim, oh, I cooked a good soup. Neither can you put pepper alone in a pot and say you cook a good soup, or you put maybe some condiments. There's so much condiments you put on the fire for you to make a good soup. Unfortunately for us, we do not understand what are those various condiments you need to put into the soup of sport, the pot of sports, for us to make a good soup. And my challenge is the role of the administrator. What is the role of those who manage the sport? What is their role in the development of the various sports?
All right, let's move on to football. Let's start from the local scene, in the MPFL. Match week 34, and I think that right now we're almost rounding up the league, and a lot of matches are just coming in thick and fast. Let's tell you that, of course, on the top of the table is still Plateau United on 62 points. I think about that's 6 points, ahead of MFM FC in second place on 56 points. Aqua United are third on 54 points, and same with Eimba International FC, who are fourth, also on 54 points. Of course, in the last 2 days ago on Sunday, Plateau United, had that all-important match with MFM FC, which ended 1-0 in the favor of Plateau United, and Aqua United also defeated Niger Tornadoes 3-0, and Eimba defeated ABS of Ilorin 3-0. I think the only away win came from Rivers United, who defeated Remo Stars 3-1, and which means that Remo Stars right now has been relegated to the Nigerian National League, NNL. All right, but I think for me, a few talking points around the MPFL was the match between Plateau United and MFM FC. And I think for me, I didn't totally agree with the fact that that match should have held, because, for a couple of reasons. Number one, this is a title deciding match, it may not eventually decide the title, but it is definitely a strong pointer to where the title will head. And then you have players, the most important players of MFM have been taken to the Chan Eagles, for their qualifier with the Beninois. And do you think that MFM FC would have an excuse to be able to say, look, you defeated us mainly because we didn't have our best hands on ground?
That, you are emphasizing the point I made earlier, especially concerning basketball. We should make the league, the LMC league, the MPFL, it should stand on its own as a private organization. Then, when you come to the issues concerning the NFF events are going to be things like the FA Cup, things like you have to go for CAF events and all of that. Things like call up to the national team is an NFF function. But it should be at the discretion of the club. It should not be at the discretion of the NFF.
Because we have issues of, national team wanting a player, for instance, say Kelechi Iheanacho, who plays for Leicester City.
Yes.
And then Nigeria has a match, and Leicester City will say, sorry, we cannot release him.
We cannot release him, because at the end of the day, we pay the bills. If he's injured, we treat him. His monthly salary, his weekly pay on our head. Everything on our physiotherapy, on our head, everything. His everything that has to do with him, his well-being. It's our responsibility. Yes, we would love him to go and play for Nigeria, but not at our detriment. Because at the end of the day, like you have said, is that a good excuse will be, oh, you took away our best players, our critical players. You took them away. And at the end of the day, you went on, the LMC went on to organize that particular event.
Exactly.
It doesn't hold. It's just like you tying a man's hand to his back and asking him that, hey, come, let's go in for a bout. So that's what they've done, and I think it's a lesson. I doubt there's no way of reversing it, but it's a lesson. And I think the LMC and the NFF, they need to do some sitting down on the table and let's discuss.
Well, and eventually, I think the sad one for me was that the match for which they took these players eventually ended in a loss for Nigeria. It ended 1-0 in favor of Benin Republic, and I think that for me, it's a low point for Nigeria, where we're getting to the point where we are playing Benin Republic and we're recording a loss.
Don't look at it like that. I don't agree that it is because we have problem with organization. The days have passed. Those days of bragging.
Nigeria should be closing their eyes and beating Benin Republic.
You sure? No. If you don't do what is right,
are we falling that low?
Are we falling that low?
Yeah,
just
we should be
remember,
closing our eyes
excuse
to
me,
beat
remember
Benin
when
Republic.
we discussed the issue concerning that they wanted to increase the number of slots for the Nations Cup, and I was against it. Because the point is, the countries should be seen they should be working hard, very, very hard, to qualify for the Nations Cup. We are taking things for granted. Other people are working hard, and we are taking things for granted. And very soon, it is not only Benin Republic that will be beating us, even Seychelles or Mauritius will whip us. Maybe at that point in time is when we now understand that we are in trouble.
and maybe Kazakhstan and
No, forget. Let us
Lithuania.
not go that far. Just within Africa. Just within Africa. Because right now, nobody's afraid of Nigeria anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody walks into the pitch, 11 players, come, let's do it. And most of the time, we walk away with a bloody nose.
Well, we do have the return leg this Saturday. You know, at I think it's the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano. You know, so Nigeria still has a shot at redemption. So we do hope that they will be able to do it. But I think one good thing, you know, because I watched the match and I can tell you that Nigeria did give a good account of themselves. I think what really went wrong was just not taking their chances. I think on the whole, they did play well. In fact, when
let's look at it.
Why should he gave a good account of himself.
It's not just why should our matches in Nigeria be taken from one stadium to the next stadium to the next stadium to the next stadium? I don't understand.
It's called federal character.
I give up. We should not. So if you say it's federal character, there it's possible that the team selection. That's the point. The team selection reflected the same thing. I didn't want to say
everything in Nigeria reflects federal character.
I didn't. So don't be surprised when they whip you.
You can't say they're only say maybe northern players of northern origin who are the best players, and then you take 11 northern players. Nigeria is
Let me tell you something. See, when it comes to long distance races, if it comes to marathons, there is no way anybody from the southern part of Nigeria can outrun people from the northern part of Nigeria. From their environment, their physique, their exposure, everything there is just like Kenya. Everything there is geared, it's conducive. It's a conducive environment for long distance. So also like swimming. There is no way you will call a man from Sokoto to go and jump into the river with an Ijaw man and think the man from Sokoto is going to outswim him.
Yeah.
Look, if 11 people come from Lagos and can effectively go and represent us in an international event such that we will whip Brazil 12-0, so be it. But when you go and start saying federal character, you must have one player from East State, all sorts of things, in the name of God.
Don't share that your sentiment.
That's why we will remain where we are. Okay.
It's been great here in the studio. This is how much we can take on Sports Weekly, basically. But let's also tell you that in squash, squash is also working. There's the Chamberlain Squash Open that will kick off on the 20th of August at the Lagos Country Club, Ikeja. Maybe not to end this show on a sad note, but I mean, basically, also in squash, Egypt is leading the world also in squash. So
plus all their Arab Spring, they are still leading the world. We don't even have Arab Spring. We don't even have any spring at all. Look at what has happened to us. Oh my.
All right, everyone. It's been a great time, talking sports with Mr. Joachim Ndada. Great time.